my co-founder and I started this business as a side project. And that was the original intention. That's how we knew we could build it without a lot of risk and capital up front. But within about a year, it became clear that, hey, this is growing into something more meaningful, more real. This could really be something. This is a real opportunity. But for me, I was ready to go and dive in and put my full energy into it. So I went in full time, but it actually took my co-founder, Will, 3 years before he was ready, where he felt the business was stable enough and that the opportunity was big enough for him to devote all of his time. So it was kind of a consistent year after year no from him that was really kind of crushing to me because I was so excited. And I felt that there was a bigger opportunity here to pursue in a bigger way. But we kind of stayed the course, and the business fundamentals got better and better, and the opportunity became more and more clear. We reached out to investors very early on in this business. I'd say by year 2, when I was first gung-ho about, hey, let's make this our full-time gig, we were reaching out to these investment firms, and they were consistently all saying no. And in most cases, not even talking to us. It was just either they wouldn't reply to our contact, or they would reply with a very curt, like, nope, not interested, no thank you. And that obviously prevented us from raising money in those early days, but it put us on this path where we had to continually bootstrap. And even to this day, we have not taken any investment capital. And it's forced us to have a discipline in the way we operate the business, to where it is generating money in order to generate this growth, create bigger and bigger purchase orders as our sales volume grows, having to fund all of that ourselves. And then any sort of growth activities like brand marketing, having to fund those as well, hire team members. It's all coming out of our pockets every step of the way. So I think that's actually built a very fundamentally sound business to where we have a much better opportunity to bring to investors now than we would have if, we just burned through rounds and rounds of kind of early angel investment in the beginning and frankly wasted a lot of money. It shows the state of the opportunity here in e-commerce. Amazon in particular is just an incredible economic engine that I think is still largely untapped by entrepreneurs. We frankly would not have been able to bootstrap this business to the size it is now if Amazon didn't exist. Amazon fundamentally has been, the core of the business since that day one. I can't imagine starting a business in the more, I think, historically traditional way, a food business, where you've got to, get onto a retailer shelf, and that's the first time your product's even going to be sold. Even now this year, as we embark on retail, just the immense cost of it and the very, very delayed income that you get from it makes it frankly impossible to do that without some outside capital or some upfront capital to get a business going. So yeah, to entrepreneurs, as much as you can, this direct consumer revolution, which Amazon, you could argue it's direct to consumer or sort of a retailer of sorts, but I still consider it mostly kind of a direct to consumer channel. As much as you can, if you can leverage these direct to consumer channels and build your business that way, that's going to allow you to get very, very far with very little capital. You can be very, very efficient. I think we did a good job at presenting the matcha green tea. It was still sort of a new nascent category at that time. We presented it really well. We were very, direct and simple in our communication of its value and why you would want to include it in your lifestyle. And then the packaging was really beautiful and caught people's eye. And I think in this day and age of Instagram and again, online shopping where everything's just a photo that you're looking at, that packaging is so important now to get that buyer to even take a second to consider it. In myself and lots of friends that are entrepreneurial, they tend to be people that probably have undiagnosed attention deficit disorder, are always excited about the new thing, wanting to think about the new idea, spending time on the new. When you're trying to build a business, you actually got to sit down and get the work done. And I think a lot of that can be supported by really good habits, getting into routine, trying to force some discipline on yourself. I think there's a lot more awareness, especially if you listen to podcasts, in the tech entrepreneurship world, there's a lot of people talking about this. Again, trying to get down to good habits, taking care of yourself, and those theme-like things that are extraneous to your business, taking time away that you should be, chopping down trees, but actually it sharpens your axe and actually makes you more productive and gets you in a better spot in the long run. So